We want to be thinking less. So when you meditate, it makes you more aware and vigilant of your thoughts. If right now what's happening, if you don't consistently meditate, what will happen is that you will dive deep into your thoughts without realizing that you're thinking. You will be thinking, but that will be just your perception of consciousness is, okay, I'm like, you're not even thinking. Like, here's the thought. If you are inside of this thought, you are most likely going to be unhappy. Happiness comes when here is the thought and you are out here looking at the thought, you're observing the thought. Does that make sense? So most people, average people think. Average people get thoughts and they're like, oh, that bitch from high school, they are here, they're stuck here. Straight away, what should I eat for dinner? Oh, fuck, like I'm broken. Oh, that TV show, they are here. One huge level ahead is when you get out of this, you get these thoughts and you look at them knowing that, yeah, that's a thought. Do you see, it's almost like a meta view, a meta analysis of the thing that's happening inside of your mind. Now you've almost got like a split mind where one part of your mind is thinking, but the other part is observing that thought. And even though this starts to sound kind of complicated, it's like, this is where more of your happiness will start to stem, because now you're realizing all those negative thoughts that you were getting here, that you were so hateful of that person. You were thinking about those times that you were embarrassed, that you were humiliated, that you were hurt. You're thinking all those negative thoughts. Well, now you realize, wait, like, those are thoughts. You, because you have a huge fucking ego, you are sure that you're here right now. You are sure that you are here, that you've mastered meditation. So I can move on to the next part of this video because I meditate for 5 minutes a day, 20 minutes a day, Hamza. It's probably not good enough. You've been doing the opposite of if meditation is like good for your thoughts, good for your brain. You've been doing anti-meditation full time for 20 years. 20 minutes of meditation a day for the last 1 year, bro, it's not that significant. Like, awesome progress. I'm proud of you. But have some respect for yourself. Like, you've got a long way to go. And don't just suddenly think, yep, I'm there, so let's move on to the next part, bro. You've got a huge amount to progress here. Have some humility. There is a lot you can progress here. You aren't at that ultimate level where you can, like, look at the thoughts with complete deviation, complete separation from those thoughts. I'm not even close. Maybe I'm 2% of the way there, honestly. Maybe I'm 2% of the way of like being like a good observer of my thoughts. And I've been meditating for 2 years. Once you're more aware of your thoughts and you're more vigilant that you are actually thinking, they have a lot less control over you. And then that's when you can start to induce more positive thinking, almost like a meta response to the original thought. The original thought is a memory of something bad that happened, or maybe it's a foresight of something bad that could happen. So generally, negative thoughts are broken down into just something bad happened, I'm remembering it, or something bad could happen, I'm foreseeing it. Depression, anxiety. That's where everyone's thoughts, most people's thoughts are. When you start to meditate, you start looking at that from a different angle and you're like, oh, I'm having a depressive thought. I was just reminiscing about something sad. The next level is countering that original thought with something more positive. Just that original challenge that, oh yeah, I'm not the thought. I'm seeing the thought right now. I am not the thought. My brain just thinks weird. That phrase just there. It's when you start to almost joke around with your own brain. You're gonna seem crazy as fuck, and this is like weird advice you've probably never heard of. When you make jokes in your own brain and you make meta jokes about your brain, you make meta jokes about, like, you think jokes about thinking. That's when you start, even like, it'll make you seem crazy, but that's when you actually start enjoying life a lot more. You just burst out laughing. You're like, yeah, I am a pretty fucking funny guy. And then suddenly you're like, oh yeah, like, I'm on my side. If you've went through mental health problems, like, that will be a very profound experience, like a profound realization when you kind of realize this. I'm like, yeah, like, I'm on my own side. My brain's just like a little bit corrupted from like modern media and everything and stimulation, but like, I want the best for me, and like, I want to make myself laugh.